Market update, Wednesday, 24th of June. Another very volatile day yesterday for markets. It all started off in South Korea. Their stock index Kospi was down over 10%, partly due to a lot of leverage, a lot of borrowed money being used by traders to buy some of these stocks, SK Hynix and Samsung, which were both down over 10% yesterday. So this is what triggered, partly triggered the volatility bout from the US. When the market opened, the futures were already down pre-market. Another reason which has been bothering the market is to differentiate between semiconductors and AI hyperscalers. So the semis have become more cyclical. They are becoming more cyclical and they are becoming more sensitive to the future Federal Reserve's action. Because remember, hyperscales do have other sources of revenue in the form of cloud computing, in the form of software subscriptions, etc. So, but with the semis, the main source of revenue is either chip designing, as in the case of NVIDIA, Broadcom, or chip designing and manufacturing, as in the case of Micron, Samsung, SK Hynix. So this distinction is quite important and should be understood by retail investors in particular, because we are dealing with two different themes here within the entire overall AI construct. As I always say, make sure you understand the nuances within the broader AI space. Today, very important day, Micron is reporting after market close today. Investors would be looking for clues for not just strong results, but strong future guidance. So look out for clues like HBM memory. Is there still strong demand from hyperscalers for the HBM memory? Because this is quite important, and I think this would set the tone for further rally or more volatility within the overall AI space. So today's results are quite important. Other than that, tomorrow we have another very important data point coming through from the US, to the PCE inflation, which is Fed's preferred measure of inflation. And the US quarterly GDP is also coming out tomorrow. So these are the key events to be sort of mindful of. In the UK, we know Keir Starmer has resigned. Andy Burnham, it is very much, overwhelmingly the front runner. But the volatility in the UK gilt market, bond market, hasn't been that much. So the market has been sort of neutral, stroke receptive of this change. So which is a good news in a sense, because we wouldn't want to see another episode of mini budget like we saw in 2022, when the Liz Truss was in charge. So as I always say, stay invested, stay diversified. This is general market guidance, not specific to any particular individual, and not financial advice. And any questions you have, anything you can't get your head around the markets, or anything which has been bothering you technically, which you can't really understand or grasp, drop me in the comments and I'll get back to you. All the best. Cheers.